I am Sandy Parker Martinez with the Pink Lady Posse, and I'm here with somebody that I actually love. And I've known her since 2015, I think, and we have traveled some similar journeys. Our life has not been circumstance free, and we've trekked along this whole time. And I just have the most respect for you. And I want to thank you for hopping on and sharing your insights because everybody has different insights. So I'm going to ask you this question. What do women need to have a great life?
Connections and friends.
Okay, say more.
Connections and friends to help you with the circumstances. And so friends or family, what I've learned is that each of my friends or family, we all have different skills. And so some of them are better at listening to me complain about certain situations. And then some of them can't handle certain categories, but they can help, and they can help me with other things. We don't need a lot of those people, but if we have a few key people, connections to help us with our circumstances, I think that's what I need. I think that's what women need.
Well, I mentioned to you that I'm a widow, as are you. And when I was first a widow, hospice helped me get through the immediate hump. But those women that I've been meeting with every Monday at 9 a.m. are my lifeline. Just to have that sort of leveling effect.
Yes.
Like the seesaw, we just don't have it. So my question with you, for you would be, how do you have that? Do you go get it? Did you have it already? How do you make friends? How do you get those connections that give you that kind of good life?
They happened. They happened because, let's see, why did they happen? I'm thinking of two of my connections. One of them happened because I went to some business networking thing, and I met this gal, and we hit it off, and we both had a red purse. That was it. And that was in 2012, at least. Yeah. And she's a fantastic connection. She's a wonderful friend. And then the other thing that I have is the skiing.
Now, say more about that, because I know about skiing, but everybody needs to know about you and skiing.
So I used to ski as a kid. I grew up skiing. My whole family grew up skiing. My cousins, my siblings, and skied in high school, a little bit in college, but not really because it's expensive. And so, and I met my husband skiing, my late husband, and but then I didn't ski for a long time, right? We had kids. It's expensive. I skied with a little bit with both sons, but not consistently. And so the year after Tyler died, I said, go ski. Anyway, so fast forward, skiing, I went and I borrowed some ski boots, and I had my old skis, and I skied, and it was a little bit miserable because my feet hurt. I didn't realize my boots were too big. So before the end of that season, I went to the ski shop to get some skis on sale. I said, well, where's your discount store? Anyway, I bought some skis. They were on sale because it was in the end of the season. And I went skiing, and I was on the chair. So I get on the chair with these two women, and our chair chat led to skiing, and they were both instructors. And they said, oh, you should teach. And I said, oh, I don't know. I did it when I was, in my 20s. I didn't like it. And they said, of course, you were in your 20s. You should come and teach. And so the next year, I went to orientation. A friend of mine went with me because I didn't want to go. I said, I don't really want to go. She said, no, I'll go with you. So she went with me. We both did orientation, and I've been skiing regularly, daily since 2012. And I've been teaching. So because I told myself to step out and go skiing, I went all by myself and met these two ladies, and they recruited me. And then someone said, no, you need to go do the orientation. And so now I have this amazing community of people who I ski with, but a lot of ladies and girls, you know, my cousins. I have new friends. So I didn't go get them, but it all happened.
Well, I appreciate that you're emotional. And I'll tell you that you wouldn't think skiing was that big a deal, right? Like you go, okay, well, skiing. But actually, when it touches you, it is life giving. And to be without that life giving essence is to not have a great life.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's the whole point of this deal is that, and I was telling you earlier, my husband wanted to live really badly. He tried hard.
Yeah.
And I don't have to do a darn thing but wake up and I get to live.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I may not feel like going out, but how great a life am I going to have just sitting in my house, not going and doing things?
Right.
And then having the friend that says, I'll go with you
Yeah.
is life
Yes.
changing. But it's so easy to minimize that because we go, like I was talking to Kathy Meinberg, and she said, well, I'm a widow and I went to a quilting club. And then we did a quilting cruise together. And now these women are my family. And we're, so life is out there.
Yes.
It's not like in here. As much as we stir around in our juices, it's
Oh yeah.
likely going to be out there somewhere.
Yeah.
And so I love that skiing matters so much to you that I didn't really know that level of meaning that it has for you. But I know that you have now taken it even one step further,
Oh.
and now you're being contribution to other people.
Yes.
So tell me about that because I think it's amazing.
So because I started skiing again, and then a friend of ours, he said I was, making websites and dabbling and kind of working, and he said you should just go get a job doing what you know how to do in the ski industry. And I said, okay, that's a great idea. And so I did. And so in 2016, I applied for a job as the marketing coordinator for a ski shop in my town that's well known, where I bought my skis when I was 18. And so they hired me. And because of my job at Sturtevant's, which is a dream job, I became connected with all these different outdoor groups, like outdoor women's groups that go ski, or they ski and they snowboard, and then other groups of, men and women and families. And so I went to this event in whatever, 2017. And it was a small event at a Patagonia store, and this group called She Jumps had organized an event where they invited about 10 different outdoor women's groups to come to the store, like a, wine and cheese thing.
Yeah.
And so women would go and they attended this little, wine and cheese thing, and you could go meet the group that goes rock climbing and learn about hiking. And I came out of that event and I thought that was amazing. I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do that again, but I want to make it bigger and not in a store because it's kind of crowded. And so last October, I did it. So I launched the Women's Outdoor Connection. and through, you know, lots of help and support with friends and family and organizing it. And we had about 170 people that showed up. And I had, I think, 13 different outdoor groups, from, you know, ski and snowboard to a woman that does forest bathing, which is guided walks, right? Just guided outdoor walks, and just a really cool collection of people. Some I already know, and some I hadn't met ever before. And so the response was fantastic. It was fun. And so I'm doing it again on Sunday, May 19th. And I've invited, we have 22 different groups. We've got a skincare brand called Mad Hippie, and they're sending 200 gift bags to give out to everyone who shows up. And actually, the guy is based in one of the distribution centers in Portland, Oregon. So he's coming with his wife and their daughters, who are aged 2 and 5.
Oh.
And so I'm doing this event again, and the event really is a lot like what you do, Sandy. It's to bring people together who might not know where to start if they want to go hiking, or they used to hike but their friends don't because their friends all had knee surgery, or, you know, something, or they've always wanted to paddleboard but they're not that good. And so many of the groups are nonprofits, some are instructional, some are just meetups where they gather, and some provide instruction, and it's beginners to experts and all ages. So we've got a group coming from the Seattle area, where it's a group of masters women rowers, like row crew. So we've got two crew groups coming, and then there's also a group that's called Women on the Water, and they are here in Seattle on Lake Union, and it's a women's sailing program from the Center for Wooden Boats. And I mean, and there's more. Anyway, so it's really exciting, and I'm doing the event at this super cool location in Seattle, and the people are wonderful, and so I'm just really excited about bringing the people together. And it's not a money maker, but you know, it just really brings me joy to do that.
You know, there's an energy around heart-centered things, right? Like, I love the Pink Lady Posse. I want to get women together. I want them to survive a boring life. Like, there's no point.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But when I see you talk about what connection meant to you, what skiing meant to you, and now you get to be the one to offer that to someone else, it's life-giving. And it's bringing life to you, which is really the point of this whole conversation, is what do women need to have a great life? So
yes.
I thank you so much for answering the question. There'll be information below about your event. I can't wait to watch it on Facebook and see.
Oh, yeah.
And, thank you for sharing your true soul and self with us. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you too, Sandy.
It means the world. Mwah.
I love you.